All right, Jim, were you alive in August of 1989? I think the answer is yes.
I was 6 months old.
So you clearly remember that 26-8 stretch from the Padres in August of 1989.
That was a good run.
Padres have you remember like it was yesterday. They've replicated the best 34-game stretch in the history of the franchise. They went 26-8 in 89. Thank you, Taylor. And they've gone 26-8 over the last 34 games. They win today, come from behind fashion again. I think it's their 34th come from behind win. Manny Machado homers again, approaching the franchise record. Bullpen did enough without Robert Suarez, Tanner Scott working for a third consecutive day. We'll get to the supers from Carlos. I appreciate you, Carlos, momentarily. All right, first things first. Padres win. They're completely rolling. Diamondbacks have lost. Let's just keep an eye on Dodgers-Orioles. It's in the bottom of the ninth inning. I don't even want to – are you watching?
I'm watching it right now,
I don't even want to mention it. When the game ends, let me know when the game ends.
Hold on. Stop everything what we're doing right now. Stop everything what we're doing. These types of super chats are a stop everything you are doing moment. Usually we start the show, we talk about the game, yada, yada. But, I mean –
screw the game.
Right now – a $100 super chat has rolled in thanks to our man Johnny Blaze.
$100.
LF
how does he do it?
GSD picked up a game on the D-backs. Not yet, Johnny. Not yet, because the Dodgers are in the bottom of the ninth inning with one out, down by a run. But
we should have waited on this until the game was over, Jim. I'm blaming you if this doesn't go well.
Oh, my God.
I would have waited on this thing. That's why I started the show the way I started the show. So this is on Jim if the Dodgers win, and you can send all your hate mail to him.
Well,
but
the fact is, shout out to Johnny Blaze. Clap emojis. Thank you. We appreciate you for supporting the channel. A $100 super chat. You are the man.
Here's what I want people to do for Johnny Blaze. Subscribe. We're 3 subscribers. Hold on. This is staying up.
Hold on. I'm taking it down because the Dodgers game's not over yet, bro.
Okay, we'll put it back up. We're 3 subscribers away from 6,900, and Johnny Blaze has told us privately all he wants is for us to hit 6,900 subscribers tonight. Right, Johnny Blaze? And seriously, thank you, man. That means a lot. We really appreciate your support of the channel. We'll get to all the super chats. Carlos, I promise we'll get to the supers. Let's wait for this game that's going on right now at Dodger Stadium to go final. Padres win 7-5 in St. Louis on this 100-degree night where Dylan Cease overcomes the conditions to battle, and then the Padres led for a while, then trailed after a 2-run home run by Paul Goldschmidt, only to take back the lead and find a way to hold on. And we talked a lot about this yesterday. Why use Suarez? Why use Scott? It all worked out. Was it perfect? Was it the game of the century? Probably not. But it all worked out in the end. And the Padres finally have gained a game on Arizona that's been so hard to do. And we'll see if they get anything else here tonight. But, you know, the end result's the end result. They're 26-8 in their last 34 games. They're humming along. They're 2-0 to start this road trip. What else could you ask for right now? We've said that over and over and over again.
They are still playing a brand of baseball that you love to see if you're a Padres fan. They are still one of the hottest teams in baseball. And luckily, you know, that series versus the Rockies where they lost 2 or 3, you're like, don't do this. They've been totally fine. Like, take 2 or 3 from the Twins. You split a 4-game series with the Mets. You take the first 2 from the Cardinals. That's exactly the type of baseball you want to be playing going into September. You're not going to win every game, and we all know that. But if you just win series, you are golden, you know? And right now you have a chance to win this series in the next 2 days, taking 3 or 4 from St. Louis. And man, you feel like really good going into Tampa. And I know Jake talked about it at the end of today's game. And it's what we've been talking about for the last month and a half or so. And kind of throughout the whole season is like, they never feel like they're out of it ever. They always feel like they have a chance to come back and win. And perfect example is tonight. You know, they go down a couple runs early, they put a 4 spot up, then they trail 5-4, and then they come right back, score 2 runs to go ahead 6-5. And you just are like, yeah, nothing phases this team. Absolutely nothing phases this team. And I just love the brand of baseball that they're playing.
I mean, how can you not? You're 100% right. I mean, the way that they do it, they find new ways. Sometimes they jump on opponents and hold on to the lead with starting pitching or their bullpen, or other times they come from behind early, or other times they come from behind late. I really don't even know what to say about the run anymore, other than to say that they've put themselves in a position where everything's on the table, from the 1 seed to the division to the top wild card. I mean, all of it is, and that's a credit to the Padres. Every single time you want to doubt them for a moment, like you said, they lose a series to Colorado. You doubt them for a moment, they've completely bounced back. And now you got to win this series in St. Louis. You're well positioned to do it. You have a chance at a 5-2 road trip, which is an incredible road trip no matter who you're playing. Shoot, maybe they can even do better than that. But you're scoreboard watching because there's less than 30 games to play in the season. And you're winning baseball games. And that combination is a really good thing. Let me roll through some of these supers here from Carlos. Thank you, Carlos. And we'll get to that $100 super as well. We thank you, Johnny Blaze. Carlos is here, and he's got a lot to say. After last night, he says, I'm concerned that one of the guys will get injured before October because they're being overworked. Also, Cease has been shaky lately, worrisome. We talked about Cease today on John and Jim. I'm chalking this up more to the conditions than Dylan Cease's abilities or recent pitching. I think this is more about pitching at 100 degrees. His uniform was soaked head to toe in the second inning because of the conditions.
Yeah, the more I think about it, I'm not taking much out of today. Like, he pitched his ass off for the conditions. He pitched into the 5th inning when it looked like he wasn't going to make it through the 3rd. So for me, like, it's hard to complain when they keep winning games. And yes, the bullpen has been used a lot, but guess what? There's a reason that it's working, because Preller went out and got 3 legitimate bullpen arms: Hoeing, Adam, Scott. And that replaced Peralta, De Los Santos, and whatever. And it's like, when you have such a good bullpen, you want to use them.
Especially when you're leading every night. They wouldn't be using them if they weren't winning every game.
Like, that's the point. Tanner Scott is a free agent after this year. Okay. For him to go out there on 3 straight days, that just tells you all you need to know about this club. It tells you all you need to know about him. I mean, a certain left-handed pitcher wouldn't even dare to even think about going out there in his free agent year for a 3rd straight day last season. But Tanner Scott is doing that and helping get the wins the Padres need to chase down a division and to lock up a postseason spot.
Yeah, we can't save anyone right now. I mean, I get it's August, not October, but you still need to get to October, and you want to be as favorably positioned as you possibly can. And you can still win this division. You could still be the 1 seed. Carlos, thank you again. He says, great comeback win. Had me mad for the better half of the game. However, I was shocked that they went with Scott. Would have loved to see Reynolds. I wouldn't have.
No.
I mean, Carlos, at the end of the day, are we trying to keep Tanner Scott healthy? Or are we trying to see the full repertoire of relievers? I mean, Tanner Scott, they know how often these guys throw. They know. They have all the data. Yeah. And by the way, there's no correlation that says, you pitched the 3rd straight day, you're more likely to go on the IL than blowing your arm out just because you blow your arm out.
I feel like this is turning into like the wrap-up show, aka the Calm Carlos Down show, because everything is okay.
Okay, everything's great. I mean, this is the Padres regular season baseball in a generation. He follows up by saying, Love Machado is batting like before. Need Tatis to lengthen the lineup. Crippled Campy needs to go to AAA. Horrible DNABs. Love we don't strike out a lot. He followed it up by saying, nevertheless, I loved Mike Schultz's aggressiveness with double steal and sac fly to tie the game. Yes, baseball never saw that with Sleepy Bob Melvin. And then as the diatribe continues, Jim was right today, but beware, I'll be right soon. You don't want to be right, dude. You don't want to be right. And they says got to give some love to McCoy. Kim's absence unfelt completely. McCoy started the rally, started that 2-run rally when they trailed 5-4.
And he got the insurance run in the 9th or the 8th.
Yeah, on the wild pitch.
9th, yeah. He got on, moved over, and scored. I mean, put pressure on, and I love me some Mason McCoy, man.
Yeah, he's filled in nicely. I mean, he'll be in AAA potentially in a couple of days if Hassan Kim comes back. But no, he's filled in really nicely.
Which is a shame because it should be Tyler Wade, but I don't think Tyler Wade has any options.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it would be Tyler Wade, but that's a fair point. I think Mason McCoy has done his job. He's filled in. That's what they've asked him to do. He's 29 years of age. My guess is he goes back to AAA after this, but he's definitely done his job. No question about it.
Yeah.
All right. All I care about is this game right now.
I know. I'm like, it's like the longest at bat ever for Gavin Lux.
This game was flying by. It was like a 2-hour game, and on ninth inning, it's been 30 minutes.
I mean, it's a 10 pitch at bats, 2-2.
No, it
isn't.
isn't. 10 pitch at bat?
Outs. Yeah.
Lord.
Screw it. Okay.
That's scary.
Here we go. And full count.
Oh, great. All right.
While we have a moment until this game's over, dude.
While we have a moment, we're 2 subscribers away from 6,900. Who's going to be number 6,900? Right? Who's going to be number 69?
How you doing?
100. 2 subscribers away. And then we're on our way to 7,000. Together, we have to get to 7,000 before the postseason. So please subscribe. We have year-round content for Padres fans. If you're a baseball fan, if you're here right now, there's 320 of you here right now. Please subscribe. Year-round content for you. Smash the like button on this video. We'd love to get to 500 likes live and on replay with this video. You can follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. We'll get to every single super chat tonight. We appreciate Carlos and Johnny and Jared and everyone that's contributed and supported the channel. We'll get to all of them here tonight. So much to react to. We're just getting started. We can't even settle in until this darn game ends in Los Angeles.
I know. I'm just like, so we walked Lux, runner at first and second, 2 outs. Chris Taylor at the plate. Come on. Like, let's go. What are we doing here? Okay.
Are you watching this or just on
I'm watching it. I'm like actually watching the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to keep it up there too long because then we get copyrighted.
Right.
But again, it's like I just okay. 1-1.
Wait, is there 2 on now?
Yeah.
Oh, the freaking at bat ended with a walk?
Yeah, I said he walked 2 on, 2 out.
Lord.
Chris Taylor up. I think Shohei's next, which is great.
Oh, it would be nice if he had a second walk-off grand slam.
Here we go, 1-2.
After Jim said he sucked.
Yeah. Could you imagine another walk-off grand slam?
Oh, I can imagine after you're like, look.
40-40 season. Blah.
This guy sucks.
Strike him out. Jeez.
Are we really doing this right now? I think we kind of have to.
I think we can. I need to have this game end.
You need clarity.
Because I need to concentrate on the show, and I can't do this 2 things at once.
What's the count?
It's 1 and 2.
You literally can't do 2 things at once.
No.
Like anything.
Oh, nope. That's 2 and 2.
This is so dumb. This is like when we did our watch party. Oh, by the way, thank you guys. We've blown past 6,900. So thank you all. We're at 6,904. We might get to 7K tonight. If everything goes perfectly, we might get to 7K.
Love it.
Keep those subscribers coming. You're here on replay right now. I know you are. Please watch this as well. Or excuse me, please subscribe to this as well.
Dude, the Dodgers will not die.
They just don't go away.
Oh my God. Do not die. It's 2 and 2.
He's throwing 30-something pitches.
Yeah, I know. Chris Taylor just fought off a nasty pitch. This guy's a 162 average. What are we doing here? No fucking way. Game over. Boom. I thought that was gone by 30 freaking rows. Holy crap.
Ball game. Easy. Never in doubt.
Never in doubt.
Johnny Blaze. All right.
There we go.
You know what I'm having you do real quick, Jim?
Yep.
While you do what I'm having you do. Johnny Blaze. Let's thank Johnny Blaze. This was a good omen. This was a good omen here tonight. He said LFGSD picked up a game on the Diamondbacks and the Doyers, and he was right. So that has not happened a lot. Picking up a game on both teams on the same night. These are the 3 best teams in baseball since the All-Star break. The Padres are 3 games out. 3 games out with 28 to play. They play 3 games against the Dodgers later this year. They have 3 against the Dbacks as well. 3 out, tied with Arizona, 28 games to play. That's where we are. Tied atop the wild card and 3 games back of the Dodgers with plenty of time, a world of time. So an amazing day. It doesn't get better than that, Jim. Pick up 2 games on LA and Arizona and win. That's an incredible day.
Yeah, amazing day. And for a second there, it looked like, oh man, the slip through their fingers type of thing. You had a 4-2 lead, then you trail 5-4, but then right away you come back, score 2 runs the next inning. Luis Arise, huge game today, 3 for 5. He didn't walk though. That's kind of disappointing.
Oh yeah, he did. Did he not walk again?
No, I think they should probably.
All right, it's been a
rescind the
fun show,
same.
guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. Arise didn't
Yeah.
walk. I'm gonna hit end stream.
Right. Also, Jake Cronenworth came through big tonight.
Huge against a lefty.
Against the lefty, yeah. And I think Schilt used the bullpen as good as you could use it with how it is right now. You know, Estrada pitched well. Hoeing gave up that home run to Goldschmidt.
It's gonna happen.
But I think that was his first runs allowed in a Padres uniform.
I don't know. I thought he allowed a run.
I mean, Jason Adam continues to be incredible for this team, and Tanner Scott on third straight day out there, and looks great. So you had Hoeing, you had Adam, and you had Scott pitch tonight, all pickups by Preller at the deadline, and you get the win. Like, that's what you want to do. You want to use these guys as much as possible. We're not playing for next year. We're playing for this year. Like, you're not playing to have these guys rest and be ready to go for next season. Like, you're playing to win as many games as you possibly can. And if you have these guys available, you use them as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, if our biggest complaint is, Dylan Cease hasn't been as good since the no-hitter, and Brian Hoeing gave up the lead, but you still won the game. Like, we're getting really into the weeds. Like, even last night with Carlos, and I understand the point, I do, but like, hey, you won, but you use Robert Suarez, but the lead is you won. Like, now we're arguing the manner in which they win. Like, you don't usually do that over 162 game season. Johnny Blaze, thank you. Guys, as you make your way and subscribe, we might get to 7,000 subscribers tonight, seriously. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And thank you for the super chats. Padres win, Dodgers lose, Diamondbacks lose. It's a perfect day. Jared, appreciate you. He says, I'm poor, but LFGSD. We appreciate you, Jared. Thank you so much for your support. He then followed up by saying McCoy has been a bright spot. Yeah, I think he's hitting 6 of 7 games right now. So he absolutely has been. Carlos follows up with a serious question. When can we call up Elias Diaz? I think he'll be here in September because I think I know the rosters expand. So I'd be very surprised if he wasn't here when rosters expand in about 3 days or 4 days this weekend, September 1st. So he's coming, would be my guess, sooner rather than later.
And let's not get hung up again on like role players. Really? I mean, Elias Diaz, if he's here, he's here. But if he's not, he's not. And Campy's, by the way, not the starting catcher for this team. He is the backup catcher. So you're not going to see him out there 5 of 7 days. You're going to see him out there maybe 2. And that's fine. And when you get the win with your, I guess, quote unquote, B team out there, whatever you want to say that is, then you say, thank you very much. That was great. And you move on. And like, there's no complaining. There is zero complaining here. None. I don't care if Campy goes 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. They win the game. It's all that matters. All that matters. And that needs to be the thought process here going into October is who gives a shit what these guys do. If they get the win, that's all that matters. They can win 1-0 and get no hit. I don't care.
Yeah, right. We're at the time of year. I mean, they're pacing for 90-something wins. They're still alive for the division, and we certainly can't be doing this in the postseason. Like if you're winning games in the postseason, I don't care if Tanner Scott has to throw 4 innings for the Padres to win in the postseason. I really don't. I could care less as long as they're winning. I mean, this is the time of year that all that matters is winning. W, thank you for the super chat. No relation, I assume, to like former president. He says everyone's bullpen is overworked in August. That's how it goes playing 162 in a playoff run. They're playing 18-18, and the difference between them and like Miami is they win all their games. If they trailed in every single game, they wouldn't be throwing out Tanner Scott or Robert Suarez. We wouldn't see him for 5 days. It would have been Josh Hader in August of 2023. Yeah. He was in witness protection in August of 2023. I'm like, is Hader still on this team? Right. Is he active? He'd go a week between outings in August of 2023. This is much preferred. Suarez every night. Tanner Scott every night. And it's not every night, guys. They'll never throw more than 3 in a row. They'll never throw more than 4 times in 5 days. Plus, off days are coming. They have 5 of them in September. I have no concerns. If guys get hurt, that's just part of the sport. They have guys on the IL right now. It's just how it works.
Right.
All right, let me get to this from Sunriser. Thank you, Sunriser. He says, very generous. We appreciate you, man. He says, love it. Padres win, Doyers and D-backs lose. Keep chipping away and love Tanner Suarez versus hater mentality. This coaching staff is great for us and nice to hear praise for the batting coach on the TV stream today. You're talking about Victor Rodriguez. Yeah, I heard that as well from Jay Cronenworth post-game. I think Victor Rodriguez has certainly played a role in some of the successes we've seen out of the lineup here in 2024. I do think he gets some of the credit here for the Padres' success.
Did you hear what Croney said post-game about like the mindset of the team when the coaching staff got originally first hired in the offseason and how they had like a meeting?
I did hear it, but I don't know what he said. Remind me.
I'm paraphrasing, but it was along the lines of like, we need to go in this season with this certain mindset. And the mindset was like, we're never going to be out of a game. We're going to fight to the end. We're never going to give up. And
mantra.
That's the mantra of the team. And they have absolutely from day one done that. They always fight. Grit squad. And that's
Grit squad.
That's something that was severely missing from last year's team for whatever reason. I'm not going to blame one person, but everybody in that clubhouse that returned this year had to look themselves in the mirror, and they absolutely did. And, including the big guys like Manny and Bogey and everybody else. And they came back this year and they said, wipe the slate clean. This is our mindset. This is our mantra. This is what we're going to do every single game.
Soto. Melvin. Kidding.
It's all their fault.
It's all Soto's like 1,100 OPS.
Well, I will say,
American League MVP voting.
Yeah, I will say, Hader, if I were to pick one person that was the complete opposite of everything this team is, it's definitely Josh Hader. And it was Josh Hader. That's just how I feel about that. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't think Hader's the reason for their play.
No, it wasn't.
You know what I mean? I really don't. I think Hader had a nice year. Yeah, you could blame him like you could blame a lot of people overall for the lack of team success, but there's no one culprit for 2023. That's what we've learned. Right. Carlos, appreciate you, my friend. He says Crony's AB before the single was beautiful. It really was. I think it was 9 or 10 pitches. It was a thing of beauty.
It was.
Baseball. It's been all these guys, man. All we do is talk about Merrill, Machado, Bogarts, Profar, right? We spent so much time. Tatis, when's he coming back? Darvish, Musgrove. How often do we talk about Jay Cronenworth? It's been a while. We haven't had a 5-minute conversation on Jay Cronenworth in weeks, I would say. And again, this just goes to prove the point that they're more than a collection of players. They're a team. And Jay Cronenworth comes through against a left-handed pitcher. He's not hit left-handed pitching. And he comes through and they win the game. And it's a big reason why. If he doesn't come through, they might lose the game. So he's a big reason why they won tonight.
And I've been advocating that they platoon Cronenworth when there's a lefty on the mound, or at least when the lefty's out there in a late game situation, consider pinch hitting for him, because you have a guy on your bench who hits lefties at a 300 clip in Donovan Solano. And, his season overall, John, isn't like the greatest thing in the world.
No, it's not.
But compared to what it was last year, it's a massive, massive year, a massive jump.
Improvement. Yep.
Improvement. That's what I'm trying to say. It's an improvement over last year for sure.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. He has 690 OPS, 720 OPS this year, 30 points higher. It's improvement. Nothing to be like, oh my God, but 15 home runs, 75 RBIs, 24 doubles on the year, 3 triples, pretty good season from Jake, all things considered. And, being put in the 3-hole every single game. He has had big moments for sure. And if I'm looking at what he's done recently, he's been actually pretty bad recently.
He's come back. He's completely come back.
Yeah.
To earth. He had a stretch earlier this year where he was more like around an 800 OPS, right?
Right now, John, if I'm just looking at the MLB.com games thing.
Yes, you love that.
Yeah. What's just the easiest thing to do?
Yeah.
His last 30 games hitting 209 with a 300 slug.
Whatever. Their last 30 games are 24-6.
And that's and just to back to the point of I don't care if they're winning, what guys are, doing. Jake's a perfect example. If they weren't winning, maybe we talk more about Jake because he's not doing well. Maybe we say, hey, Jake maybe needs to go to the bench, or they need to figure out a situation to give him some time off, or they need to put the best guy out there. Donovan Solano's playing way better than him. But guess what? they're winning at such a high clip. I'm not even concerned half the time with what Jake is doing. Just do your job and get the win. And that's what matters the most. And he's going to have moments. Like, he's not just completely worthless out there. But when you win,
he's not worthless at all. I mean, he's an
No.
everyday player on a winning team, and he plays good defense, and he does come through, although he hasn't recently, but did here tonight.
Yeah.
Carlos, thanks again. He says today was a beautiful day. Dodgers tonight lose, Dbacks lose, division in sight. I'll like a baby and watch highlights 3 times.
Yeah.
Are you skipping a word there? I'll like a baby.
I'll cry like a baby and watch highlights 3 times.
Yeah, I actually watched the condensed game back, and there's back-to-back nights and nobody's in the ballpark. Now it's 100 degrees. Cardinals now suck, but back-to-back nights. It's weird looking at a game at Busch Stadium in St. Louis with no people in the stands. That's bizarre.
3 back.
Yeah, 3 back.
3 back. The off day, they gained a half game. Today, they gained a game.
3 back.
It's pretty good. And then the whole like off days we were talking about the other day, those things fall for you. There's another game and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to bank on that. But
I'm not either, but
because you could lose a game and a half.
That too.
Right. Carlos, thank you for the super. He says Jackson Merrill Rookie of the Year. If he doesn't win league,
the league is BS.
BS. Yeah, I think he's got the inside track. Who do we have on today?
Kyle Glazer.
He said Kyle Glazer said it would be decided in September. It hasn't been decided yet, but he would vote for Merrill. And everyone here would vote for Merrill, and Merrill's deserving right now. He's absolutely deserving right now. He was robbed. He was robbed of a double or a triple.
That was one of the best
game
catches of the year.
Oh, yeah. It was an unbelievable play in center by Scott. In this game, Merrill still had 2 hits. Think about that. He would have been 3 for 4, if not for one of the better defensive plays you've seen against the Padres this year. Victron 714, thank you. He says, you think Padres will stick with McCoy over HSK? No, I do not.
I do not either.
No. Thank you, McCoy. Like, if you win a title, I'll get him fitted right now for the ring, right? I mean, no doubt. Give him a ring.
And maybe with the rosters expanding, he does stay here.
True. A couple days off.
We'll see. But yeah,
if I'm expanding my roster, though, I'd probably add a catcher and a reliever.
Probably. Those are more important.
Because you can only add 2.
Yeah.
Sunriser, thank you. He says 2022 was so fun. I still can't stop talking about those playoff games at the stadium. Phillies had our number that year, and I see Suarez being our MVP when it counts. Just a hunch. 2022 was awesome. Postseason was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
We were down there like every game. It was incredible.
We were in the middle. We were right there, blind burrow. Game would end.
Yeah.
The whole stadium would just unload onto
shake.
the streets.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Insanity. Complete insanity.
There was like
unbelievable.
There was like a car show or like a
like in the middle of the street, right? They shut down the street for 20 minutes or something, maybe longer.
Yeah, people were like dancing, and I think at one time I saw some girl's boobs. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, you did. You did live play-by-play of that on the radio.
Yeah,
like this girl's topless, and the Padres.
She was literally topless.
Yeah, I do remember that. Guys, we're going to get back to the chat in a moment. Please subscribe here on Content for Padres fans. Padres win. Please subscribe. Thank you for the super chats. Click the $ below the chat box. Padres are 3 games back in the division, even with Arizona atop the wild card. We do need to tell you about our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz. We can not do this without the support of Mark Nimitz, without the support of everyone here as well, live and on replay. I've got homeowners and earthquake and life insurance through Mark. You can as well. And you can support the channel, and he can save you money by switching your insurance over to him. Trust me, he's going to save you money. He'll save you time if you ever need him. He's a great insurance agent. We know that. We've had insurance through him for years. So if you ever need Mark, he's there for you. He's going to save you money. You can click the link in the description down below to get to his website. He does auto, he does home, business, life, renters, whatever you need. He's a native San Diegan and a lifelong Padres fan. You can call him. He will talk to you about the Padres and about saving you money on your insurance. So if you support the channel, if you're looking for any information on a new insurance policy, get in contact with Mark Nimitz. Let him save you time and money. Click that link in the description down below.
Yeah, all his information on the ticker there, and Nimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that John and Jim sent you.
Yes, please do that. Please do that. Okay, so tonight, the Padres win. which means they can win a series with a victory either Wednesday or Thursday. They did use 5 relievers today, but that's why Kyle Glazer and Mike Farron and others have said, well, this is arguably the best bullpen in the sport, so why not use it?
Yep.
And by the way, you couldn't have asked for anything more to Dylan Cease. He threw almost 100 pitches in 4 1/3 innings. He left with the lead, but then the 2-run home run. But I mean, dude, he was struggling from the second that game started, right? Like it was a battle
It's a million
to
degrees.
get into the 5th inning. So I can't, again, are his numbers as good since the no-hitter? No, they're not. They're not as good, but you know what? He gave you a chance here today. He went long enough. Turn it over to the bullpen. The bullpen did their job.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about things that you're maybe concerned about, it's like, hey, is Dylan Cease, what's he going to look like in September? Can he turn this around? Because you're going to need Dylan Cease if you want to make a legitimate postseason run. And he needs to pitch closer to the no-hitter Dylan Cease than where he's pitching right now. That's a perfectly okay conversation to have. You know, they're getting wins when he's going out there. That's great. But tonight, if you get that in the postseason, that's not going to be good. Now, again, it was a million degrees there. I'm not taking too much from that outing because of how hot it was. I mean, John, we were just in Vegas. Imagine if we went out in Vegas that night and tried to, like, I don't know, play basketball or something. We would die. It would just be.
I don't even think you can compare it because Vegas has no humidity. Like this is
True.
100 with humidity. Like this is way hotter than what we just felt in Vegas. I mean, way
Right.
hotter.
Right.
Like the heat index was 105. That was higher than the heat index. And so, I mean, I was watching the world news tonight because it was just on, and like massive heat wave across the Midwest. Like they're just in it. Like they're like 80 million Americans need to stay indoors, and the Padres are playing at 6 o'clock in the afternoon in St. Louis, Missouri, where it's hot as hell. You know, you can't even hit on field during the day.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are human beings. They're not a video game, and so as human beings, they're probably miserable out there trying to perform. And the crazy part is, they're still like Manny has been amazing. They have these last 2 games, defensively, offensively, he's been incredible. And like you said, Manny said it. It's
like this isn't
not
great.
fun.
This isn't the best. It's not the best baseball, but they're winning.
Yeah,
it's part of it.
It's like,
and C said the same thing. He's like, you know what? From start to start, the venue changes, the crowds change, the environments change, like it's just part of it. Like that's the job. These guys are in their 30s. They've done this for a decade professionally, minor leagues or major leagues. This is part of the deal. The difference in good and great is, can you perform on a night like tonight?
Yeah.
Can you win a game where you don't even want to be out there trying to perform, being at elite level, yet they still found a way to win this game? This is a good game.
It was a good game
tonight. Yeah.
And, you know, we watch it from our couches in our perfect weather in our house.
76 out or whatever, you know?
And we're like, oh my God, I can't believe you didn't make that pitch. Like, are you looking at what he's dealing with right now? His jersey is drenched in sweat. And somehow he still wore a long sleeve.
I don't know why he wore the long sleeves. It must be he just has to, but I mean, it was ridiculous. How much weight did he lose? How much do you need to drink? Like, how do you hydrate when
every single half inning?
Every half inning you need to have a gallon of water. Yeah. Sunriser, appreciate you again. He says Suarez for 2024 playoffs MVP is a hunch. Was what I was intending to convey. I would love that. I can't help myself and start planning my schedule at potential playoff games in October at Petco, but so much is to be determined. A bye or no bye, a home wildcard series or playing on the road. It's so hard to predict right now, but everything's a possibility, from the top seed to even the 5th or the 6th seed. I think it's all realistic and viable with a month to go.
Yeah, I mean, huge tonight to pick up the win with the Dbacks and the Dodgers both losing. You gained a game on them tonight. You take care of business in this series, and who knows what happens the next couple nights here. I mean, Dodgers are playing Baltimore, one of the best teams, if not the best team in the American League, so that's good. And the Mets, they're fighting for their lives right now, and that's a good thing because they're playing the D-backs. All it takes is 1 week, and everything changes. It's all it takes. And by the way, the Dodgers are playing Arizona this upcoming weekend too, so that's going to change things as well.
No doubt. Andrew, appreciate you, my friend, for the super chat. Guys, if you're here, subscribe. Year-on content for Padres fans on our way to 7,000 subscribers with your help. So please subscribe if you're here for a first time. If you have not subscribed, if you want to support the channel, please subscribe. Smash the like button for us. Follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. If you want to support with the super chat, we'll get to all of the supers. Click the $ below the chat box like Andrew did. He says, Crony's not 3-hitter on a championship team. Need to swap him with Merrill. Nah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, what is that? Listen, I respect that opinion. You could be spot on. They absolutely might not be a championship team. That's completely fair criticism. We have no clue. But to just say that a championship team wouldn't have Jake Cronenworth batting third is probably going a bit far. There's a lot of things that a championship team does have or doesn't have. It's not the difference between them winning a championship or not is probably not where Jake Cronenworth is in the lineup, would be my guess.
I can look up a lot of championship baseball teams and look at their 3-hitter and be like, they won the World Series with that guy?
Yeah, definitely.
So I respect your opinion, Andrew, but that's something that I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I don't agree with it.
Are they championship caliber with Merrill hitting third and Cronenworth hitting sixth?
Yeah, and it's not. And by the way, Cronenworth's had a pretty decent season. It's not like he's not holding his own. I mean, he's going to get close to 100 RBIs this year potentially. You know, he could hit the 90 RBI range, our mark, and your 3-hitter has 90 RBIs on the season and almost 20 home runs. Like, it's pretty good, you know. And
it's like a solid year. You know, it hasn't been great. It's solid.
And I'll continue to say this. You keep Jackson where he's at. You don't move and you don't change anything. There's no point. He's performing there. He is doing things that 21-year-olds dream of doing. And you keep him where he's at. You don't move him. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, when Tatis comes back, we'll talk about where he's going to hit, and they're going to talk about it and figure that out. I don't even activate him.
Carlos, appreciate you, my friend. He says Cease has been shaky. Don't blame the weather. Mets game. Well, no, I mean,
Mets game, he was good.
I have to. What's that?
Choo choo.
Mets game was the game he went 6 and 3 innings, allowed 2 runs. I mean, I'll blame the weather. Yeah, I mean, I'll blame the weather. Like, I think it's completely fair. I mean, the weather's a factor. It's just like, you know, when the weather was a factor when he went 1 inning in Pittsburgh. Yeah. The weather's a factor, plays a role. And it played a role again here today.
Yeah, they won the game. He's healthy. You move on.
Yeah, I mean, the Mets game, listen, he allowed 9 hits. I think that's fair. He says, I was there, stuff not fooling Mets. Fastball looks off. I mean,
to
your point, Carlos, but to your point from the last 48 hours here, it's like, it is August. It's not October. You're still winning games. C says there's been a bit of a roller coaster. He's had 5-start stretches where he's been dominant. He's had 5-start stretches where he's been very pedestrian. So there's still time for him to be dominant at some point between now and the end of the hopefully the postseason, you know? So I'm not concerned about Dylan Cease.
They have this guy named Ruben Niebla. I don't know if you heard of him, John?
Everything's fixed. Ruben Niebla is going to pitch Game 7 of the World Series. He's going to go 8 scoreless.
My point is, I trust Ruben Niebla to fix any problems with guys that are going through stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a weird month. Again, you got no hitter, 1 inning outing. They slotted him up in the rotation when Jim was in Italy because of the 1 inning. Everything's been a little weird. He pitched in 105 degrees. I'm not saying he's been as good as he was over the previous 5 starts. The previous 5 starts, the dude was like unhittable. He was the best pitcher in the game for a 5 or 6 start stretch. But I'm not going to sit here and be overly concerned about it because, there's no reason to. I don't think in August. I really don't. So we'll see about it. But yeah, that's what I have to say about that, basically.
Exactly.
Now, listen, Darvish. There was no update today on Darvish or Tatis or Cam, was there?
I think Kevin did write about it. I said that. Hold on. I think Kevin did write about it. That Tatis
today
was gonna start taking some hacks in Arizona and go on a brief rehab stint, and he could be back. I mean, within a week or so, and then Ha-Seong Kim is with the team in St. Louis. Saw him on the field today throwing the baseball. He had a sleeve on his arm. And then Darvish is going to throw a bullpen in St. Louis, and then he's going to get ready for a rehab assignment. It could take about a week or two.
Week or two?
Week and a half.
To get back, you're saying?
Yeah, which would get him into the second week of September.
Okay. Well, again, encouraging trends, I would say, even with their health in general. I mean, not perfect. I'd want to have Darvish back sooner. I'd want to have Tatis back sooner. But even returning, again, I stand by this. Reach the ceiling, you need Darvish, Musgrove, Tatis. To reach the true ceiling potential. Like, to me, the difference between winning and losing a championship isn't Jake Cronenworth hitting third. It's having Fernando Tatis Jr. in your lineup and having you, Darvish, and Joe Musgrove make impactful starts for you in the postseason and win you games. So that, to me, like, if you didn't have Darvish, Musgrove, Tatis play meaningful games for you or make impacts in the postseason, that's a lot more concerning than where Jake Cronenworth's sitting in the lineup for me.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is they now have Joe back pitching really well.
They do right now.
I'll just say this. Even if Tatis and Darvish weren't coming back this season, all right, I still think, and Kyle Glazer said it today too, and I agree with him, I still think this team is a championship caliber team, even if those two guys didn't return. I think they still could win a World Series.
Could.
As the roster is constructed right now without those two guys coming back.
Yeah, could. I would still stick by, I think their chances improve. I don't know if it's drastically, but I know their chances improve with them.
Yeah. Yeah, and they become a better baseball team. True, they become a better baseball team. And why would you not want players back that help you become a better baseball team?
I mean, that's just become a better baseball team. I mean, again, I've seen with my own two eyes Tatis hit 2 home runs in a playoff game, or you, Darvish, work into a 7th inning, I think.
He's a threat. He is
in a playoff game. So
they're big pieces, but still, I still think this team can get it done regardless.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, you, Darvish isn't going to be the ace heading into the postseason. Doesn't mean he couldn't emerge over the course of a postseason if it is a long one for the Padres. I don't think he's a game one starter in a postseason. I mean, if he is, it's probably by happenstance because you're chasing something down the final weekend of the year and maybe don't win it. But I'd be shocked if he started the postseason as your ace. But that doesn't mean he couldn't be ace-like. Like in the dream scenario, you, Darvish, comes back and pitches like an ace in the postseason, even if he isn't technically your ace.
Right.
That's how I look at it. I don't know what this means, Jesus, but thank you. We should trade for Big Justice and the Rizzler DH. Okay.
Oh, John.
What?
Boom! 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 Boom!
What is that?
Oh, God. Just give me my money.
Ben, thank you. He says, I understand what Carlos is saying about Cease, though, against the Mets, 6 1/3, and yes, only 2 runs with 7 strikeouts, but had a lot of traffic.
You sheltered child,
word.
you.
What?
Said you sheltered child, you.
Surrender 9 hits, so I describe him as shaky recently, too. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. He has been. He hasn't been as good as he was. Still, I don't know what his ERA is. His last 5 times out, it's probably 4.5 or even sub 4.5.
Double chunk chocolate chip cookie.
What are you talking about?
Chicken bake.
Thankfully, they won, or I would kill you right now.
It's a TikTok thing. Like the whole, cutesy, demure, all that crap. This is
I hate all that.
Yeah, I know. So you would hate this too.
Honestly, the older I get, the more I hate everything.
It's true. I mean,
I'm like, why are there stoplights? This is so dumb. I just want to drive through them. And why are there stop signs? And why do I have to go to work?
Justice, what does the double chunk chocolate cookie get on the boom meter? It gets 5 booms. And they do this stupid.
That's great.
Shit.
Sunriser, thank you. He says, did AJ secure his job for 2025? Yes.
Yes.
I think he did for 2025 and beyond. He gives us an excitement and in the news for a so-called San Diego sports team. I mean, there's no chance he's not back unless it's by his own choice.
Right.
None. Zip, zero, zilch. I don't think there's going to be philosophical differences between Preller and the organization after this year.
To his credit, he's gotten chance after chance after chance. And Peter Seidler believed in him so much, even after the debacle of 2021. He kept him around. 2022 happened. And then the disaster of 2023 still Peter Seidler wanted to keep AJ Preller around, and he's made the most of his second, third chances. Now, what I would love to see, and this is a future thing, how about we not make this just a 1-year thing? Like, can you back this up with like multiple years of success and not have any
To be
drama?
fair, they've never been in the postseason 3 out of 5 years in the history of the franchise, have they?
Probably not.
That's what he's done.
But again, what I'm saying is you can lose, and I get it. But the drama is the part that was the most annoying thing.
I love the drama.
Trust me, I love it too. But you get my point. Like that was just it was annoying. You're like, come on, guys, can we be like a competent organization here?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. All right, we're gonna get back to the super chats in a moment. We do want to remind our viewers about our friends over at Mova Globes. Let me grab my Mova Globe. My Padres Mova Globe. All right, pick these up right now. Use promo code PWS10, PWS10. Click the link in the description down below. They've got all 30 major league teams officially licensed. Great company based here in San Diego. This technology of these spinning globes with any type of artificial or natural light without cords, wires, or batteries, invented here, Cardiff by the Sea, North County, right here in San Diego. Amazing company. They have planets, they have all kinds of globes, but they've got Major League Baseball officially licensed globes that you can get 10% off right now by clicking the link in the description down below. Use promo code PWS10. Watch this spin, Jim. Have you seen these?
John,
you have one. Right. But they spin day and night. They're great gift ideas, great keepsakes, great for your family, friends. You might be a Padres fan. Maybe your brother-in-law is a Giants fan. Pick them up for the baseball fan in your life and use promo code PWS10.
Yeah, they're great presents for a baseball fan in your family. They are great for a desk at your work. They're great for a desk at home. They're great for a bookshelf. They're great for anywhere, truthfully. Click the link in the description below. Use our promo code PWS10 and get a Mobile Globe today.
Yep, pick them up. And again, use that promo code, get 10% off PWS10. Click the link in the description down below. Grit Squad. This is for Carlos to buy some anti-anxiety meds. Carlos, are you still here? Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's okay. We were texting a little bit tonight. He's like, let's see if you're right. And I'm like, it's going to be okay, even if they lose.
This is like 1 of 162, and it was a good 1 of 162.
Yeah.
Hendrick, thank you for your super and membership. Guys, if you want to become members, click the join button down below. He says, Arizona made World Series without a star-laden lineup. It's all about who was hot in October. Hashtag LFGSD. No doubt. You don't have to have stars to make a World Series or win one. There's no question about that. Sometimes it works that way. Other times it doesn't.
Arizona had a star rookie last year in Corbin Carroll.
Yep.
They had still Ketel Marte. They had a really good pitching staff with Gallen and Kelly. Torey Lavello, like really good manager. Kind of reminds you a little bit of Mike Schilt. And then they had a good bullpen and veteran guys. Tommy Pham stepped up. They just got it done. And I think the Padres roster is better than Arizona, truthfully.
Yeah, it's got to be, right?
But again, it's baseball. Anything can happen. It's such a weird sport. I mean, basketball to me feels like a little bit of football. It's like if the Chiefs or the Niners are playing, like, I don't know, whatever. But again, any given Sunday in basketball, if you have the best players, more often than not, you're going to win. That's never the case in baseball because baseball is such a weird sport.
Mike Farron had the amazing stat for a team to win 80% of a series in the postseason. In basketball, it's like a best of 7 series. The better team wins 80% of the time. Right. In football, he said something like it would have to be, I forgot what he said, like a best of 15 for a team to win 80% of the time. And then in baseball, he said for a team to win 80% of the time, it would have to be a best of 45. So like the margins are thin. And the difference between winning and losing a best of 5 series isn't what we all think it is. I mean, Dodgers had a better regular season than the Padres in 2022. And they lost in 4 games to the Padres. Both things are factual. The Dodgers won 111 games. Padres outplayed them in a 5-game series. And that's how baseball oftentimes works. We've seen that happen year in and year out, and likely will happen again at some point with a quote-unquote upset in the postseason in 2024.
Exactly.
Carlos wants the division, Jim. He says he gets anxious because I can taste the division. I want it.
Everybody
Flags
wants the
fly
division.
forever, Jim.
They do. Well, guess what, Carlos? The division is in play. But even if they don't win the division, let's not sit here and be upset about it because they're still going to make the postseason. You know?
Right.
So there you go.
I'm not going to be like, they won the World Series, but
they didn't win the
did it out of the
division.
wild card.
Like, darn it, they were the 4 seed.
Man, I wish they won the World Series with Luis Ariz walking in that 7th game. Zach, thank you. He says, where should Tatis bat in the lineup? We've talked about this a few times. I think we've kind of settled on the 2-hole when he returns. Would make sense for Fernando Tatis Jr., and you slot everyone back from there.
So what is your lineup when Tatis gets back?
Didn't we play this game? It's basically my lineup right now by moving everyone down below Luis Ariz. I know that gets a little odd.
Manny's hitting 5th then?
Yeah, I know it gets a little weird. But, I mean, I'm not going to put Tatis behind everyone and bat him 7th. So somebody's going to have to move. And who's that going to be? I think everyone's going to move.
Here's my move.
Lead him off and bat Ariz 2nd, but then, again, same thing.
No, here's my move. Ariz leading off. Toddy hitting 2nd.
Yeah.
Cronenworth 3rd. Manny 4th. Bogey 5th.
Pro 5.
Merrill 6th. Profar 7th.
Profar 7th?
Yeah.
Lord.
And then 8-9, we got Higgy and Hassan Kim.
Wadey.
You know how stretched out that lineup is right there? It's a good lineup.
Who'd you have batting 5th? Bogey?
Bogarts.
I don't know.
No, I'm not insane. Are you kidding me?
Stop. I don't know if I need my ground ball. Where's Profar batting right now? Or excuse me, where's Bogarts batting right now?
5th.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Dude,
you're
stop.
insane.
Stop. Okay. You're basically what you're doing is you're gonna have to move someone down. And if you want to move everybody down one spot, then you're gonna have Manny hitting 5th. Bogey 6th.
It's a little
Merrill
low.
7th.
It's a little low.
Profar 3rd, Crony 4th. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if I'm doing that.
Profar's going to be batting 7th. I mean,
fine. Hit him.
I kind of like your lineup.
Hit him 6th and hit Merrill 7th. I mean,
yeah,
if anything,
I don't hate that.
Like, that's a pretty damn good lineup. Every half inning, you got some problems.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a very good lineup.
And why I'm putting Bogarts, or not Bogarts, why I'm the moving Profar is because we have seen this year. This is nothing against Profar. Like, I love Profar. I think that
everyone's like killing you right now.
I don't care. Everyone stop. Profar has proven this year that he can hit anywhere in this lineup, and it doesn't matter where you put him. He's hit in the leadoff spot. He's hit 2nd. He's hit 3rd. He's hit 6th. He's hit 5th. Anywhere you have put Profar in this lineup, he has hit. So that is why he's my guy that I'm moving down. If you truly are going to put Tatis 2nd, because you're not moving Manny to the 5, and you're just not doing that, especially with the way he's hitting right now. You're not putting him 5th.
And Tatis isn't hitting 7th.
No, you're not hitting Tatis 7th. You're not doing
and he's
that.
Not hitting 6th.
You're not putting, and the way Bogey's played, you're not hitting him 7th either. Maybe 6th, and you put Profar 5th, and then Jackson 7th, and then Kim and Higgy 8-9, but still,
it's gonna be interesting.
Again,
good problems. Good problems.
And Profar will be the person to move.
Sunriser says Ariz, Tatis, Profar, Manny, Bogarts, Merrill, Crony, Higgy, Kimmy.
Crony's been hitting in this 3-hole the entire season.
But on a championship team, move him back.
Versus a lefty? Yeah.
Sure.
Versus a lefty, sure. But in a regular lineup versus a right-handed pitcher, you're not hitting Cronenworth 7th. It's not happening. Especially because he's hit 3rd. Stop.
That's not happening. Cronenworth 7th.
Not hitting 7th. Unless they're facing a lefty. You guys think that, like, all of a sudden Schulte's going to just move guys around that's been hitting the same spot all season long. Not happening.
We should say this. We should grab this and send it to Profar, and he's going to hit like 3 home runs tomorrow.
Cool. I think Profar doesn't give a shit
about where he hits.
Yeah, I truly don't.
Yeah, I don't think he cares either.
I truly don't think he cares. I think the only people that in this lineup like would prefer where they're hitting or maybe better would be Manny and Bogey. I think Bogey would like to hit maybe higher in the lineup, but at the same time, he's doing perfectly fine in the 5-hole. And Manny, most of his career, has been a 3-hitter. And this year, cleanup guy. Yeah. Why am I way off on this one? Why are you guys getting so mad? Who gives a shit?
No, it's not. I mean, someone's batting 7th. I know that.
Someone's batting 7th in this lineup. If it's not Profar, then who is it?
It's not him, and it's not Higashioka. So, it's someone among the core 7 hitters. If you include,
it's not going to be
in 7
versus a right-handed pitcher. It's not going to be Cronenworth either. Guys, you need to stop. You're not going to stop.
Sunriser, thank you. Says, LOL. If Profar hits anywhere he hits, we need to give more opportunities. If Profar hits, and he does kind of hit anywhere he's hit this year.
Everyone's like, bogus,
right?
You guys are just unbelievable tonight. Seriously.
Oh my gosh. Everyone's freaking out on Jim. This is incredible. I never thought this was going to happen.
Why are you guys freaking out and being crybabies about where Profar hits if he hits 7th? Like, stop it. It's a bad look, guys.
W says you're way off.
It's a bad look, guys.
What's a bad look? It's a bad look for them to have a different opinion?
No, it's a bad look to think that like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. Like, are you serious? Profar's hit 7th before. It's okay.
Can we pull up this year where he's batted and what he's done? We can, and I will. Let's play this game.
And he's not hitting 7th, he's hitting 6th. So what?
All right, Profar this year batting first has hit 390 in 64 plate appearances. Hitting second, he's hit 238 in 198 plate appearances. That's crazy. Hitting third, he's hit 317. Hitting fourth, which is only 6 games, he's hit 273. Hitting fifth, that's 19 games, he's hit 295. Hitting sixth, in 12 games, he's hit 278. He has not batted 7th all season.
Okay, well, someone's hitting 7th. I mean,
it might be Crone Zone.
Crone Zone. Not versus a righty.
This is going to be fascinating. I cannot wait for the Tatis return.
Here's the thing, to my point.
Okay.
Except for second, by the way. He has hit everywhere he's been put in this lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Hit him first.
He's a 2-hole hitter.
Not really great as a 2-hole hitter, even though he's at 795 OPS as a 2-hole hitter, which is good.
Okay.
Yep. 317 in the third spot, 273 hitting cleanup, 295 hitting 5th, 278 hitting 6th. Like, that's basically my point. I'm not saying he has to hit 7th. Like, that was not my point. My point is, if you're going to move somebody, Profar feels like the right choice because he hits everywhere in this lineup. And that's my point.
That's why whenever I get asked a lineup question, I'm always like, oh, it always gets people up in arms.
It really
theoretical lineups, people freak out about.
And it doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. Like, they're going to put these guys wherever they put them.
And they're all going to get 4 plate appearances.
Like, yeah. So you guys can bitch and complain about the lineup. For me, I'm not, and it doesn't really bother me at all, especially when they're winning like this.
Ben, appreciate you, man. My friend, he says the lineup quote-unquote issue is quintessentially an embarrassment of riches. I agree with that. I mean, there is no issue. This is like talking about who's going to pitch game 4 in a 3-game series.
Right.
If everyone's healthy.
You have such a deep lineup that when Tatis gets back, it might look a little wonky just because you're like, why isn't he hitting here? Or why isn't this guy hitting here? But at the end of the day, 1 through 9 gives you really good at-bats. And that's all that matters, wherever it is. And so I just look at it like, you tell me in a postseason series, Profar, who's been arguably one of your best players all season long and one of the most clutch players all year long, is hitting 6th or 7th. That is, to me, saying, holy shit, that's a deep ass lineup. It's
Oh,
nothing
it's a
against
deep lineup.
Profar. That's like nothing against Profar. I think you guys are I think you guys are thinking that because he's had a great year, he should hit towards the top of the lineup. Well, to me, Profar hitting towards the middle or bottom of the lineup is not a slight on him. It's just meaning that this lineup is deep, and 1 through 9. I mean, every half inning, that's a problem for the opposing pitcher.
Andrew, thank you. He says Profar leads them and OPS needs more ABs than at 7. The thing is, ABs over the course of one game, I mean, we're talking about 4 ABs for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, 7-hole hitters typically going to get 4 plate appearances. So is the 6-hole hitter. So is the 8-hole hitter. I mean, in any one game where you bat in the lineup doesn't really impact how many at-bats you get. Does that make sense? It doesn't. It's just like 6 of the guys get the same amount of plate appearances and 3 of them get 1 fewer, and so on and so forth. It's like it's really not that much of a factor.
It's really not. Like,
it's not. No. I mean, one game you're going to get through the 7-hole an extra time, and one game you won't. But it's not the end-all be-all that he gets 1 fewer plate appearance because he bats lower in the lineup, because that's not even a guarantee one way or the other. Sunriser, appreciate you. He says, LOL, Padres are where we are because of Profar. He should just write Jim. He was the hidden gem and AJ master stroke.
Yeah, they are
a chord.
It really has, and I don't understand it like at all. I really don't. If you guys think like that I said Profar sucks, or do you what do you guys I mean, we have over 500 plus people watching.
There's more reaction to this than whatever you were talking about last night with Ohtani.
It's like, oh, Tatis gets back. What's your lineup? I give you my lineup. Everyone's like, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know baseball. Like, Jesus, dude.
I mean, someone's going to hit 7th. It's not going to be Xander Bogaerts. I promise you that.
No, it's not going to be Jake Cronenworth either with the righty on the mound.
Probably not.
So, and cool. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm just giving you my opinion, and truthfully, whatever the hell they do, I'm fine with. As long as Manny's not hitting 9th, you know?
Yeah, they're not going to hit Manny 7th. Carlos says, I don't care what X wants. He's not earned the right to decide. I mean, he's played really well in the second half of the season.
He's not earned.
He's earned $280 million, and he's going to be here for the next 9 years.
He's a 2-time World Series champion. He's a vet.
He should be right in the heart of your lineup.
He's a vet that I'm sure Mike Schilt absolutely loves. I'm sure and I know the clubhouse does love Bogey. I think Bogey was the only constant and one of the only adults in the room last year during that disaster of a season. He didn't perform.
This is why you have Xander Bogaerts. This is why you overpaid for him to go win in the postseason.
Yeah. No, sorry, Carlos.
Sunriser says it does like it's bothering you, Jim. Like it does.
It's bothering me because everyone's so bothered by it. Like everyone's like, you're an idiot. Are you serious? Profar needs to hit 3rd. Okay, well then where's Cronenworth hitting? Well, Cronenworth sucks. He needs to hit 7th. He hasn't hit 7th. He's had 1 at bat hitting 7th this year. 1. And by the way, he's had 81 games hitting 3rd for this team. You know what that tells me? He's more often than not going to hit 3rd.
Yeah, probably. That's probably true. Hendrick, thank you. He says Padres roster got better while cutting payroll. Yes, definitively better.
It's okay.
Honestly, you're so mad.
It's not a bad take. It's not a bad take.
You know what's going to be amazing here? I'm going to let people behind the curtains, Jim. Like last night when I let people behind the curtains about the silver play button.
This is not behind the curtains.
Here's what I'm going to let people behind the curtain about. When this stream ends, Jim is going to be so mad talking to me.
Yeah, I will be.
Like, F this. I'm like, dude, it's just we're paid to do this on the radio. We offer opinions. People disagree with them.
It's all your fault.
Zach started it. Wow.
And look, the lineup, like the lineup freaking nerds out there, whenever this lineup's going to come out with a fully healthy team, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I can't believe this lineup's like this. He should be hitting here. He should be hitting here.
Well, remember when everyone screamed at us and they were like, everyone's like, how could you move Profar out of the leadoff spot for Luis Arias? That makes no sense. I mean, everyone yelled at us. There was a night where everyone's like, Profar, he's hitting 300. He's hitting 390. He's a leadoff hitter. How dare you take him out of leadoff spot? You want to know why? Because you have a prototypical leadoff guy in Luis Ariz. He gets on base, so you move him. That's how life works. And that's what happened.
Doesn't fucking. I mean, if he hits 6th or 7th or 5th or wherever, I mean, who get? It's like, okay, where are you putting Tatis? You're not hitting him lower than 3rd.
This is like that.
You'd have 210K subs if you lose Jim. Probably. How many subs have we lost during the stupidity about? No, we haven't lost anybody. That's fine.
No. Subscribe, by the way, if you're here. And thank you for the supers. Click the $ below the chat box. Smash the like button. Padres win, Dodgers lose, Diamondbacks lose. That's the important
perfect night
takeaways from tonight. Style Clash 619, thank you. He says, imagine telling ourselves before the season about where Profar bats in the lineup was going to be a controversial topic. By the way, you've made our John and Jim radio show for tomorrow because we're going to spend an hour on this.
Correct.
It was going to be a controversial topic late August. Love the conversation, though, fellas. Thank you. I mean, by the way, he's earned his bonuses. He's hit all, I think, 1.5 million in bonuses. He's going to make 2.5 as opposed to 1 this year, which is good. He's earned it clearly. But it is true. That's the amazing thing about sports. That's why I love them. That's why we all love them. They're unpredictable. Nobody could have predicted what Jerks and Profar has done this year, or Jackson Merrill, for that matter.
I'm trying to see. Okay, let's see here. So that's that. I'm just looking up stats here to back up my.
I can't wait for you to see this one on the screen.
Hold on.
People are so mad. This is amazing.
Dude, they're so mad. What am I missing? Bat Judd 7th. It doesn't matter. Ha ha ha. Okay.
No, but how about this?
There's. My God.
All right, let's appreciate Sunriser for a moment.
Oh, thank you, Sunriser.
With a massive, whatever you say, it's appreciated because we appreciate everyone's support of the channel. I mean, we're here at 11 o'clock at night talking about Jerks and Profar batting 7th. But Sunriser says this, man, the game Merrill
so stupid.
This is amazing. The game Merrill hit a home run to win only happened because Profar hit the home run before it. I get what Jim is conveying, but Profar has been a heartbeat for the team in addition to other. Dude, you struck a people love Jerks and Profar.
I love Jerks and Profar. How many times have we gushed over Jerks and Profar on this show? And on John and Jim? All the time. All of a sudden.
T-shirt over this.
We're like, it's like, hey, what would you do with the lineup when Tatis gets back? I get my opinion. You fucking hate Profar?
Yeah, this is basically like you cursed out like a small child.
Like, oh my God, hitting him 7th is not the. It's like you think hitting him 7th is like saying it's like a punishment.
Right.
Like, oh my God, I can't. By the way, no one said anything when I said Jackson Merrill hitting 6th. Oh, because Jackson Merrill has hit 6th all year long. Everyone's fine with that, right? Jeez, man.
Let me just read this again. The game Merrill hit a home run to win only happened because Profar hit the home run before it. But that's how it always works. I mean, does that matter where they bat in the lineup for that to happen?
Imagine Profar and Merrill hitting back-to-back. It's like the greatest clutch combination in the history of the sport.
Right. It's like freaking the Bash Brothers.
But better.
Right.
Need a Profar 7th t-shirt with Jim screaming emoji.
Dude, seriously need a Profar. Yeah, we need some type of Profar 7th shirt. Sunriser, seriously, thank you, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate your opinion. Appreciate you hanging out. Carlos, appreciate you as well. He says, no, honestly, I'm very happy we won today. Good. That should be the takeaway tonight from everyone. I thought this was going to be a celebratory game the game on everyone, winning another game. And I think it has been. been.
Omar, he's got Jake Cronenworth, who's hitting 200 over his last 30 games, protecting him in the lineup right now. Like,
this is great.
No protection.
Well, Hickey's averaging a home run every 11 ABs.
Now, again,
I'm listening. Are you walking back?
I'm not walking back. But what I'm saying is, whatever they do, everyone, it's going to be okay. And if Profar gets moved down, I hope people aren't like, this is fucking bullshit, because you're not hitting Tatis 7th or 6th. And if Profar moves to the 5th spot or the 6th spot or even the 7th spot, it's going to be okay.
I agree. All right, let's get to some of these supers that are rolling in. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate you. It says Profar hitting bonuses brings up an interesting question. How do earned incentives factor into CBT considerations? Maybe a question for D-Lin or AC next time, either on the show. I love that. I do think it impacts them CBT wise. Otherwise, that would be a workaround, I would think. That's a great question. It's only $1.5 million. I think they had that wiggle room, would be my guess. But that's a really good question. We'll have Kevin with us in 2 days. What's today? No, 3 days on Friday. So we can ask Kevin that question. That's a good question, Ben. Appreciate you, my friend. Look at Jim. Jim is like at a loss right now for like how he got into this spot in life.
No, hold on. I just gave my opinion for 2 seconds. I was like, "You're a fucking idiot." I'm trying to find.
It was amazing.
I'm trying to find a game where they all were in the lineup to see what the lineup was.
Yeah, just go back to freaking June 1st.
Okay.
Arise was here.
All right. June 1st versus Kansas City.
Yeah, go back to that game.
Oh, hold on. They think
they were sitting some Arises and Cronenworths, remember, for a little bit against lefties.
Okay. Profar was hitting third. Cronenworth was hitting sixth, but Solano was in there. But also Bogarts wasn't in the lineup, so
I could see Cronenworth hitting sixth.
Yeah.
I could see that.
It's like, I just gave my opinion. Everyone chill the fuck out. Jesus.
Good thing you're not managing this team. Lord. Be 2-Q. They'd be done in the wild card round in 2 games.
All right. I found a lineup with everybody in it.
Okay.
All right. Arise is leading off.
Love it.
Tatis is hitting second.
Thank you. That's what I want.
Cronenworth's hitting third. Manny's hitting fourth. Profar's hitting fifth. Bogey's hitting sixth. Jackson's hitting seventh.
Bogey at sixth.
Higgy's hitting eighth. Kimmy's hitting ninth.
Bogey sixth.
Bogey sixth. Now, do you flip-flop that? Or do you keep it?
Flip-flop Bogey Merrill?
No, flip-flop Bogey Profar. Because right now, Bogarts has been hitting fifth for this team.
No, I probably wouldn't flip-flop that, truthfully.
Okay.
But again, I goes back to, I think there are no wrong answers here because you have a good lineup.
You have a great lineup.
Top 8 caliber lineup, something like that in baseball, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good thing. Carla says, I don't mind being wrong, Jim, even with your bad takes. Carson says, Jim is a good guy, but I wouldn't take out Profar, and he spells butt, B-U-T-T. I kind of like that.
Did I bench Profar? Like, what?
What else do you have? What were you saying, Jim?
Nothing.
Jeffrey says, I don't get why Jim hates Profar so much. We need a Jim hates jerks and Profar shirt. He would lose his mind if I made that.
I'm going to fucking lose it.
Well, we can't actually. We don't have like the name, image, likeness on jerks and Profar. He doesn't hate Profar. He just dislikes him. Vicious Pac-Man.
Stop it.
Just, I'm kidding. He says, just got here. What did Jim do to Profar again? Jim asked, what would you do with the lineup? I'm like, I don't know. What would you do? And he said Profar 7th when Tatis comes back, and people lost their minds.
They think I said that Profar
stepped on a cat's tail or something.
Like, oh, I hate this guy or something. Like, what are we doing? Guys, if you're seriously going to get this emotional over a freaking lineup.
Well, that's what they should be doing, man.
Stop.
No, I like it.
No, I don't like it because it's dumb.
Because everyone is mad at you. It's like the night that I said Ohtani sucked and everyone freaked out.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Once this thing ends, I'm going to be able to fall asleep.
I won't. I'm going to text you and be like, remember when you said Profar should bat 7th and people thought like you wanted people dead? Sunriser, LOL, Jim, we love you. We all love the Padres. Yeah, this is just fodder, right? Just conversation, just chatter. This is way more controversial than who's going to start in the rotation in a 3-game series, by the way.
Oh, dude, lineup talk gets people going.
It really does.
So, all right, cool. I'll move Profar up. I'll hit him 6th. There you go. Everyone happy? Actually, I'll move him up. I'll hit him 5th. You happy now? Dude,
don't just walk back like that. 40 minutes of people coming after you and you move them.
I moved him a spot in the lineup up.
2. You went from 7 to 5.
Well, okay. It's not like I'm putting him 3 like everyone wants him to be. And everyone wants like Jake Cronenworth to be like in a ditch on the side of the road somewhere.
Here's what I do know. Game 1 of the wild card round or division series. I'm not going to talk about lineup construction as much as I am in terms of what the lineup does. If they lose 4-3, and if they lose 4-3 in game 1 of the, let's say, divisional series, okay, to the Dodgers, I'm making it up. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's because Merrill hit 7th. Oh, Profar hits it. I mean, that's not going to be my takeaway. It's just not. Whatever the lineup is the lineup they're going to use. Nobody's going to know what would have happened if the lineup was different. That's the thing with baseball. Nobody's ever like, man, if Machado was down a spot in the order, they would have won that game. Nobody's ever said that.
No.
We never say that. We don't come on and be like, man, they should have moved Machado up a spot. They would have won.
No, whatever they do, it'll be fine. And I know for a fact the second that Tatis returns and Bogarts is hitting 3rd, you're going to tag me and be like, you're a fucking idiot, Jim.
Jim Russell, SD.
Yeah.
Jim Russell, 2 L's, SD. Run it back. Thank you. He says, pro is a pro's pro. LOO, Tatis or Bogey at short. I'm putting Tatis at short when he comes back, Jim, aren't you?
I'm just messing everything up. How about first base? Can you play first?
Yeah, what else can you say controversial?
I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? The good thing is we know for a fact Schultz won't bat Profar 7th.
It's coming right from the freaking GM. I think the front office right now is just sitting somewhere like eating popcorn, like drinking a beer and just laughing at our faces.
Like this moron said he'd bat Jerks and Profar 7th.
These losers have no clue.
What is this loser talking about right now?
Exactly. So
who
good.
Cares? Jeez, man.
Apparently everyone.
Everybody's like really upset about this.
I know people are so mad. Hold on. All right. While we have a moment, my computer's like freaking out over this take.
Not even a take.
Underdog Fantasy, sign up right now. Use promo code PODSWRAP. Do you support the channel? Please sign up at Underdog using promo code PODSWRAP. Play Padres Pick'ems. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. It's their best offer ever. All you have to do is use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. You can also use the promo code PROFAR hits 7th at Underdog Fantasy and take advantage of that offer as well. Either PROFAR hits 7th or PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. In addition to that, you'll get NFL Week 1 discounts going on right now if you use promo code PODSWRAP and a free pick of Travis Kelce in Week 1, Thursday Night Football, of over or higher than a half yard. I have a feeling he's going to have more than a half yard. If he does, you win. All you got to do is use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Click that link in the description down below. Padres Pick'ems, play along tomorrow with us. We've had some huge winners. Look at Jim. He's pointing. Click the link in the description down below or scan the QR code. Play Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code PODSWRAP. Support the channel. Play along. Win money.
That's what Reddit's for. To freak out about lineups when it's
true.
Like when you're winning games, who gives a crap?
That's fair. Sunriser, appreciate your support here tonight. He says, let's see. I have Dave Roberts make Jace Tingler a clown with his walks when I was in a stadium in a game that lasted a long time. So lineups and strategy matters. LOL. Yes. I mean, strategy matters a ton. But no, the starting lineup, guys, I mean, we've done this for 5 years. And you all have been here. Some of you for 1 day, some of you for 5 years. How often in the chat or with John and Jim have you heard us say, you know what, Higgy batting 8th was the difference between winning and losing tonight? How many times have we ever said that? In-game strategy matters. In-game strategy matters. Of course it does. Absolutely. Bullpen usage, pinch hitting, DHing, double switching doesn't apply as much anymore, double switching with the universal DH, but you get the point. Strategy, of course, matters and will be second guessed. But lineup construction, yeah, it matters, but we don't really know how it matters from one game to the next is the point.
And if Profar's hitting 5th, 6th, or 7th or whatever, like there's probably a reason behind whatever they put him there for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing to like freak out about.
No, it is. It is. Like Forrest Jason, who says, is this team better than the World Series team at this point in the season? What World Series team? 98?
Oh, like record wise?
Didn't they really struggle in September?
They did. They were on pace to win like 100 plus games, and they did struggle in
So they fell
September.
off.
I always remember Mark Sweeney talking about that.
Yep. No, I know that. So what's today, Jim?
The
August
27th. August 27th.
Dude, they were 87-47.
They had a horrible September.
Holy shit, that was a bad September. You're right. They were awful. Like, I don't know what their record was, but it was terrible. 2-5, 3-5, 3-6, 5-7, 6-7, 6-8, 6-9, 6-10, 6-11, 7-11, 7-12, 7-13, 8-13, 8-14, 8-15. They closed 9-15 after getting 40 games over 500.
Good God.
But they made the World Series. So is this team better at this point of the season? I think the answer is no, than the 98 World Series team.
Right.
Run it back. Thank you. Okay. What do you think of this? What do you think of this lineup, Jim? Since you're Mr. Lineup.
Read it out.
Toddy, Arise. I don't think Arise is hitting second. It makes no sense. I think it's, but he says Toddy, Arise, Manny, Proe, Bogey, Merrill, Peralta, Higgy, Croney against righty.
Wrong sucks. Horrible freaking lineup.
No
loser.
Just kidding. We love you. Thank you for your support of the channel. Sad Fire says, Jim, the island of Curacao is online too. Like, you want him to go move there?
No, because Profar.
Oh, he's from Curacao.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's four outfielders in that lineup, by the way.
It makes no sense.
How did Peralta crack the lineup?
I was going to say, how's Peralta? Right. Who's out of the lineup? Kimmy? Yeah. He doesn't have a shortstop. This got interesting. This got really interesting. Should we do it again tomorrow?
Sure.
I think we should. Join us tomorrow on John and Jim. We'll get you ready for Game 3 of the series beginning at 3 p.m. San Diego Sports 760. Please listen. Listen on the app, free iHeartRadio app, or watch us on YouTube. Search for John and Jim 760. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. We're on our way to 7,000 subscribers with your help. Past 6,900 tonight, so thank you all for your support of the channel. Help us get to 7,000. Subscribe. We are your home for year-round Padres content. You can smash the like button for us. I think we might get 500 likes on this, or dislikes. So smash the like button on this video. You can follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell ST. Continue this conversation, by the way, on Discord. Click the link in the description down below. If you want to rip Jim on Discord, you can do so. Click the link in the description down below. Tag him on Twitter or X at Jim Russell ST.
I hate you.
Thank you for the super thanks. If you're here on replay, you can mention Jim in the comments down below if you're here on replay. Support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance. He's the title sponsor of the wrap-up show. If you have an insurance need, get in contact with Mark. Save 10% on Mova Globes with promo code PWS10. That is PWS10. And again, Pods Wrap, promo code Pods Wrap at Underdog Fans, so you get up to $1,000. We need a shirt. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, promo code Pods Wrap. I love that. Save Profar. Wow. If Profar has like 6 hits tomorrow, it'll be incredible.
Oh, man.
That was unbelievable.
It's all your fault, Zach.
This is Zach. It's all Zach.
$2 well spent. Bye.
We'll see you tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon.